I have a question for you. What is the most valuable copywriting skill? What's the most valuable copywriting skill? Especially if you're watching this episode on YouTube, I want you to pause the video, pause it, and guess in the comments below. And then at the end, you can reply to your own comment, whether you got it right or wrong. No love lost either way. It's just kind of fun to see, do you know the most valuable copywriting skill? So right now, pause. And are you back? Are you back? Okay, cool. So all the top copywriters that you can name, they have this skill. And most of the copywriters who get to six figures with their career, like 6 figures a year as a copywriter, they also have this skill. I think that it's almost impossible to get to 7 figures a year, by writing copy, unless you have this skill. And frankly, if you want to be a copywriter entrepreneur, launch your own business, all of that, and be able to bring customers in the door reliably by writing copy, man, I strongly recommend you develop this one most important copywriting skill, most valuable copywriting skill. Do you know what it is? Well, I'll tell you in a second. Make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, engage with this episode in every way you can so you get more content like this delivered to you. And I will share with you what this most valuable copywriting skill is after the break. These are the proven direct response marketing, copywriting, and entrepreneurship success strategies you can use today to write your own ticket and create the life you want. I am Roy Furr, and this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Now, here's today's breakthrough. Okay. So what is this most valuable copywriting skill? Well, it is the ability to write long copy that converts. The ability to write long copy, and this can be in text, it can be in multimedia, it can be video, it can be webinar, live web, it can be whatever it is. It can be offline, it can be online, it can be direct mail, it can be whatever, right? It's the ability to write this long copy that converts prospects into buyers. And typically this is based on a big idea. It's copy that's built around a big idea that moves the buyer from wherever they're at when they're first engaging with the message all the way through to a buying decision. Now we're going to get a little bit deeper into what this copy looks like, but first, I want to remind you that today's episode is sponsored by me, as always. But instead of sending you to BTMSinsiders, my training library today, instead I want to offer you the opportunity, if you're watching this right after it comes out, to join me on a web class on how to create breakthrough big idea copy. It's on Thursday, January 27th at 2 p.m. US Central Time. So it's about 2 days from when I'm releasing this video. And you can sign up for free. You can join me on this live web class, and we're going to go into much deeper detail on this content on how to create breakthrough big idea copy. So about this most valuable copywriting skill. Well, I spent my first 10 years in copywriting, knowing that this was out there, knowing this was the holy grail of learning copywriting as a skill. But I still couldn't put the pieces together. I had success here and there. I'd get one piece of the puzzle from one person and have a breakthrough as I figured it out. And then another piece from another person and have another breakthrough as I figured it out. But it wasn't until I got all the pieces together that I got really consistent with creating at least really good winners. It's very, very, very rare at this point that I write copy that doesn't have at least some level of traction in the market. And then some performs much better because I understand this thing, how to create breakthrough big idea copy, long copy that converts people from where they first engage with it all the way through to the point where they're pulling out their wallet and they're giving money. So what does it take? Really, there are 3 big things that you need to understand if you want to write long copy that converts. Number 1 is you have to base the copy around a powerful big idea. And there's this old song, and it's an Elvis song about rubbernecking. I'm forgetting the lyrics right now, but there's this Junkie XL remix that's this great remix of this song. And rubbernecking is the old term was for when guys would turn their head and look at a beautiful woman, right? And I think of that not for that context, but when you have an idea, a big idea for your copy that is so powerful that your prospect can't look away, their attention is pulled in and they can't look away. That's when you know you have a powerful big idea, and that's what you're really going for. And what I actually found, and one of the big breakthroughs that I got to that is nobody was teaching before me, was that there are really 3 big idea formulas. And I'm not talking about leads, like great leads, whatever, all that, like secret lead, etc. There are 3 big idea formulas that are the consistent formulas that all great advertising adheres to. And if you nail your big idea inside one of these 3 formulas, you are far more likely to have it resonate with your market and have them actually engage with your message. The key is finding the one that matches your market. So for example, one of them almost always is what you see in the financial markets, but it's not necessarily the most popular big idea formula that works across every market, right? And so it's a matter of knowing about these 3 big idea formulas that I'm going to teach in this webinar, and then finding the one that matches your market. But even then, like, you know about the formula, you came up with an idea that might be a big idea, but how do you know if it's going to be a big idea? Well, I have this test. It's called the UPSEEN test. And each of the letters in UPSEEN stands for one of the particular criteria that we use to evaluate a big idea. And I'm going to give one away right now, new. So new is that's the N, of course, right? One way that you can filter your big idea to feel like, to figure out if it feels like a big enough idea to actually base a marketing promotion on is, does this idea feel new inside the market? So a few years ago, investing in crypto or making money off the crypto market felt like this big new idea for most investors in the market. It was like unfamiliar, but they were seeing like, oh, there's these big profits being made in this new market called crypto. Today, crypto's not doing so well. So it's not going to feel like a new market. And in fact, the whole sentiment is different. So what felt like a new idea a couple of years back, today feels like an old idea that's not going to cause your prospects to be able to not be able to pull their attention away, right? And so you run through this filtering criteria of the UPSEEN test before you even write the copy, before you test the copy, before any of that. You run through this criteria and you say, does my big idea match or does my idea match these? Therefore, is it likely a big idea that's going to resonate with the market and pull in the attention that I need to get people to buy? And then the third thing, so we had finding the right big idea. We had the UPSEEN test to verify that big idea even before you test the copy. And then we have what I call the deep structure of copy that sells or converts. So basically, like, as human beings, we all go through the same decision-making process, and especially like buying decision-making process. It's basically the same thing. Our attention gets drawn to a particular message. We decide that we're interested in that message, which happens to be a selling message. Then, because of that message and what it's saying, our desire for the solution, the product, the service, the offer is stimulated. And then we get to a point where we're desiring that product or service, the solution to our problem, and then something about the way that the offer is presented causes us to take action. And so I just walked through the AIDA formula: attention, interest, desire, action. But when I started writing copy, that wasn't an effective way for me to think of structuring copy, even though I knew that that's the decision-making process that prospects were going through. And so you have to go through different steps, like how do you grab attention? And once you have attention, how do you transfer it into interest in your selling message? How do you maintain that interest in your selling message down through until you're stimulating desire for your product, your service, whatever you're going to point people towards? Once you have that desire for your product or service, how do you present the offer in such a way that people are predisposed to take action? And there really is a proven structure for sales processes and for sales copy. Copy marketing, advertising is selling multiplied through media. So it's the same basic process. And if you understand that deep structure, then once you have this big idea, then you know how to pull, and it varies based on the 3 big idea types, but once you have that big idea, you know how to pull people down through the copy to the point where they're like, oh, take my money because your offer sounds awesome. So if this is interesting to you, obviously I can't cover as much in a 10-minute video as I can in an hour-long web class. And so sign up for the web class on Thursday, January 27th, 2022, 2 p.m. US Central, how to create breakthrough big idea copy. I put the links in the description so you can just click that, go through, enter your email address, and you can join me on that web class. And by the way, this is not going to be like, I'm not necessarily going to distribute the recording all over the place after it's done. And so if you do want to get this information, you need to be on the web class. I have taught this before, but it's been a few years since I've taught it publicly. And so you really need to sign up for the web class if you want to get this information, and make sure you join me, because I don't know if it's going to be a few weeks, months, or years before I ever teach it again. So once again, I'm Rifer. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Check the link in the description if you're interested in how to create breakthrough big idea copy so that you can develop this most valuable of copywriting skills. And don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff so that you get more content like this delivered to you. Thank you. I aim in every episode, even this one where I'm teasing a little bit more, to help you develop your marketing genius one episode at a time. I hope that I've done that today, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. See you soon. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.